measurements and modeling. Looking at this question is talking about a basketball, an official size of a basketball used by the NBA is 29.5 inches in circumference, as used by men's league or men's college, and high school leagues. The Bouncing Basketball Company is looking to design a new carton to ship 24 basketballs. Each basketball comes deflated in a rectangular box with dimensions 10 inches by 10 inches by 5 inches. Right, now, here is the deflated box. There you have it there. And the box where that carries the deflated basketball. Now, what we need to do here, we need to now see if we can fit how many boxes or what is the dimension of the box that can fit these 24 basketballs. So let's look at the question. They are giving us that 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters, right? Please note, guys, I am in this video particularly, I'm not going to teach conversions. I'm basically here just teaching modeling. So I'm not going to use the 7th method that I used in other videos. If you've watched my other videos of conversions, I use a method called the 7th method. So in this particular video, I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to show you the process of trying to calculate modeling, okay? So number one, they're asking us for the dimensions of the basketball box, right? That carries the deflated box, okay? I understand here it's not really quite clear, but just read as I go. We're just going to work with each other and I'll explain the questions as we go. Okay, so let's start here. Now, I have to convert the length, which I times by 2.24, right? I'll just show you what I do when I do the 7th method. It said 10 inches is equal to is equal to x centimeters. So I basically just draw a 7 from the neighbor of x, and then I'll say x is equal to 10 times by 2.54 divided by 1, which I'll get my answer, as you guys will see here. It is 25.4 centimeters. I prefer this method, honestly. I prefer this method because you don't have to sit in the exams and think that, do I need to multiply here or do I need to divide here? It's just quite straightforward. So that's what I like about this method. So we've already calculated the width and we've already calculated the height. The height was just 5 inches, and there we go here. Please take note, guys, which is very important, that when you're dealing with the dimensions, right, they will give you dimensions as you saw in the previous slide, 10 by 10 by 5. Know that that will be length times breadth times height. It's very important. And that's why you see our answer is also given as in a dimensional format, if I could say, because they said convert the dimensions. Very important, okay? So let's move on. Here's the question. It says, now, assuming that the balls are packed lying flat in 4 layers with 2 rows of 3 balls each. I think that's where people get confused. Know what the layers are. Layers means we are stacking things on top of each other. That is very important. Know what the rows are, right? And if it says rows of 3, it means each row has 3 boxes each, okay, of the deflated balls, okay? So let's just see what the question says. It says determine the minimum length, breadth, or minimum length, width, and height of the rectangular box that will carry the 24 basketballs in centimeters. So let's go. Now, there are my 3 rectangular boxes. and we need 2 rows. So we're adding another row. Now, remember that now we have to make 4 layers on top of this. So we have to do 4 layers. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. Now, remember that each box, because they didn't talk about that there are spaces in between. If they wanted spaces in between, then obviously would then have to add. But now it is quite simple that if we have this, okay, now we have 3 boxes and you know the length of the boxes. You know the length of the height. So if we could just go back, remember that the length we had of each box in centimeters was 25,4 centimeters, and I think the width was also exactly the same, 25,4 centimeters. Then the height was 12,7 centimeters. Now we're going to start with the length. The length has 3 boxes. Here's the length. It has 3 boxes, so that is 25,4, 25,4, and 25,4. Now, I want to make it clear to you, in case they say that there are spaces, they want spaces in between, you'd know that you'd have to add that. Right now, we're just going to say, okay, we are saying 25,4 times by 3, we get our answer, which is 76,2 centimeters. Right, now let's deal with also the width. The width, as you can see, guys, the width has 2. It has 2 boxes there. So we just need to multiply by 2. That 25,4 centimeters times by 2. Then we get our answer as 50,8 centimeters. Now, what is left? What is left is now the height, the layers. What is the height of now this box? Now we have the height and we have 4 layers. That's why, remember our height here was 12,7 centimeters. Now, basically what we're adding now is just saying that 12,4 centimeters times by 4, which gives us the answer 50,8 centimeters. Now, remember that for each one, that minimum is this and minimum is